Hey guys, Seaweed from Tribal Soup Project here. Welcome to another episode of SIMsational. You're watching the All Things Custom and Modsational series. And today we are going to talk about a mod that is probably my #1 most used mod. And frankly speaking, ever since I discovered this mod, I really just can't live without it. And that's because I really like to cheat in my game. And this mod makes cheating so much easier. No more cheat codes. We can literally cheat with just a simple click of the mouse. And I'm talking maxing out all your Sims skills to the max, filling all their needs, or even depleting their needs with just a couple simple clicks of the mouse. So if at any time during this video you decide you really like this mod and you don't need to watch the video anymore and you just want to know where you can get it, I will link to that down into the description below. Or if you don't know how to use mods and you've decided you really want this mod, how do I put this in my game? You should be seeing where you can fast forward this video to go to the section that will show you how to install mods. So without further ado, here we go. So the magnificent mod that we're going to be talking about today is the UI extension mod created by a person whose name I'm probably about to demolish, and that's Weir Basu. Sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. So what UI means is it means user interface, and in this situation what it's referring to are all the controls and user panels that are down here where your Sims portrait is, the panels where your Sims needs are displayed, so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and jump in with the needs. So there are two ways that you can use this mod to either fill a Sims need or deplete them. And the first way that we're going to go through is by the double click method. And I'm simply going to place my mouse pointer where I want her bladder filled up to, and I'm simply going to double click on that point. Just like that. And if I wanted to completely deplete her bladder, I would simply double click at the end here, and just like that, she's having herself a little bathroom emergency. So the second way that we can use this mod to fill or deplete the needs is by right clicking on the need itself and then entering a value anywhere from -100 to +100. So we're going to go ahead and fill the bladder back up. Just like that, she is no longer having a bathroom emergency. The next thing that we're going to talk about with this mod is how to either gain household funds or take them away. So there's two ways that you can use this mod. If you simply left click on the household funds, it is going to automatically just give your Sim 1,000 more simoleons. Just like so. The other way that we can either add simoleons or take them away is by right-clicking on the household funds. So once this little panel has opened up, we can either add or subtract an amount from the household funds, or we could simply set the household funds to wherever we want it. So let's say I want to take away that 1,000 simoleons that I just added. I'm simply going to type in -1,000. And then I am going to click on add it. And just like that, it has taken away that 1,000 that I had previously added. We can also right click, and then let's say I really want them to have $1 million. I'm simply going to go ahead and input, and I'm going to set it, and just like that, they have $1 million. Another thing that we can use this mod for is to set the relationship values that your Sim has with other Sims. So in order to use this, you of course, first have to have been introduced to the sim. And once you are, you can simply right click on the sim, and then you can enter in either positive or negative numbers to set both the friendship and the romance. So as you can see in this number we have displayed, there is a decimal point. Anything that is on the left-hand side of the decimal is going to be your friendship, and anything on the right-hand side is going to be for romance. So let's say we really want these Sims to be the very best of friends and we want them to be totally in love. I'm simply going to input 100 for the friendship, and then I'm going to input 100 for the romance. And then boom, just like that, they're really great friends and they're in love. And then alternatively to that, we could input negative numbers. So let's say I really just want them to not be in love at all, and we really only want them to be kind of good friends. So I'm simply going to input negative 100. And then I'm going to input, let's say 20 for the friendship. Boom, just like that. The romance is really bad, and now we're really not good friends. But now we're just going to go ahead and make them regular old friends, like so, without a negative in the romance category. Boom, just like that. They're back to just being, roommates. So the next thing that we can use this mod to do is pretty useful as well, and that's to remove a moodlet that you don't want your sim to have. So we're going to actually go ahead and click on Jade, and Jade has this. She's lost some of her fame and she's really sad because of it, and we really don't want Jade to be sad. So all we're going to do to remove that moodlet is we're simply going to right click on the moodlet, and poof, it's gone. She is no longer sad about her lost fame. So this next thing that we're going to discuss that you can use this mod for is probably my #1 favorite thing that it actually does. And that's max out a skill that your sim has. So in order to use this mod for that, your sim will have to have already done that thing one time. So because my sim has never sang a song before, I can't max out her singing skill because it's not an option over here on the user interface. So what I would want to do if I wanted to max out a singing skill, I would have to have her start singing. I could simply click on her and choose practice singing, and then we could go ahead into the user interface and max out the skill. So we're going to go ahead actually and max out her comedy skill simply by right clicking on comedy and then setting it to level 10. Boom, just like that, it's been maxed out. And then of course we could use the same method to deplete it if we didn't want her to be the funniest person in the entire world. So the next thing, and just as a side note to this, by the way, sometimes it does not show automatically what the correct skill that you just inputted. Like sometimes if I go to max out a skill, the thing comes up saying that she's maxed out her comedy skill, but it doesn't show that over here on the user interface. But if when your sim goes to travel, or sometimes it just takes a couple seconds and then it'll show up, but it will 100% show what it currently is if you have your sim travel, and then when they get to that place they're traveling to, it will show up on the user interface. Or if you were to max out the skill and then you go into manage worlds and then you go back into your game, then it will reflect over here on the interface what the actual level of skill is. And the next thing that we're going to talk about with this works in the same way. It does not always show up immediately. Sometimes it just takes a second for it to kick in. But we're going to go ahead now and use the mod in order to complete a leg of Jasmine's aspiration. And I'm just going to go ahead and choose this Kiss Someone at the Romance Festival. I'm simply going to right click on it. And boom, just like that, the leg has been completed. And like I said, it does not always take effect immediately. You might have to travel first. You might have to go into Manage Worlds. Or you might just have to wait 30 seconds. The next thing that the mod does is also pretty useful as well. And you can actually set your time of day using this mod. So this mod tracks the time of day kind of like military time, but without the 2 zeros at the end. So what I mean by that is, let's say I really wanted it to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So military time of 1 o'clock is 1300 hours. So the number that I am looking for to make it 1 o'clock is 13. So I'm simply going to go ahead and right click on the time. I'm going to enter in 13, set it. I go ahead and press play, and boom, it is now 1 in the afternoon, just like that. The next thing that we can use this mod for is to advance in a career. So I'm going to go ahead and come over to career, and let's say I really wanted the performance requirements to be all the way filled so it'll be sooner that we get our next promotion. I'm going to go ahead and right click on the performance bar, and I'm going to input a value anywhere from negative 100 to 100. 100, of course, filling it all the way up, and negative 100 depleting it all the way down. So let's go ahead and input 100. Boom, she now has excellent performance. The other thing that we can use this mod for in regards to the career is to complete work from home assignments. So currently Jasmine is working from home. She has to write for 2 hours and she has to write a book. Let's say I really don't feel like doing that with her, and I just want to go ahead and have my little check mark on there. I'm simply going to go ahead and right click on it. And again, this is another one of those things that it may not reflect immediately. You might have to wait a little bit. You might have to just simply switch panels. You might have to travel, but it eventually will reflect it on there. And if you heard, we actually received our money from doing that. So we're going to go ahead, and just so that you can be listening for that cha-ching, we're going to go ahead and have the write a book thing done also. Just like that, these things are really done. The thing that you cannot use this mod for in regards to the career is one of the daily tasks. So Jade here, she is not working from home, but she does have a daily task that she is supposed to do. I cannot use this mod in order to complete these tasks. One of the things that we can do in regards to the career, though, is we can use this mod in order to promote or demote a Sim's current level in their career. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click on the icon. It has to be on the icon. It cannot be over here where the words are. You have to right click on the icon just like that, and you could either promote or demote. And I'm not going to do anything. So the next really useful thing that we can use this mod for is for a Sim's fame and reputation. And all we have to do is the same method that we have done before. I'm simply going to go ahead over here to the fame, and I'm going to right click on it. And then I can enter in a value from 1 to 7, determining how famous I want her to be. So we're just going to have her go up a couple stars. I'm going to go ahead and input 3. just like that. And then let's say I want her reputation to be really bad. So as you can see here, all the shading that goes around the little reputation thing, there are actually 8 levels. But when we right click on it, it actually doesn't go from 1 to 8. It goes from 0 to 7. So if we wanted her to have the worst reputation she could have, we could input 0, set it, and just like that, she's got an atrocious reputation. Poor girl, let's not do that to her. Let's go ahead and give her a pristine, oops, let's give her a pristine reputation. Boom, just like that. All in the matter of a couple seconds. The next thing that we're going to use the mod for is in order to give our sim perk rewards. So our sim is actually a spellcaster. And let's say I really just wanted to unlock some of these perks. I'm going to go ahead and open my spellcaster perks. And I'm simply going to right click on the perk that I want. And then I'm going to select unlock it. And on the flip side of that, if I wanted to, and this is another one that sometimes you just have to go out of it and open it back up. See, now it's on there. And let's say I really want the perk to be locked now. I'm going to go ahead and lock it. Going to check, come back to here, and now it is locked. And this will work for any kind of perks, vampires, retail, clubs, all of that kind of stuff as well. The next thing that we can use this mod for is to determine how many days a sim has spent in their current age level. So I'm going to come over here to Jasmine and I'm going to open up her Simology, and she has already spent quite a few days as a young adult. It's only going to be a couple more days until it's time for her to age up. And we can use this mod in order to add days. We cannot use it in order to subtract days. So let's say I want to add, I don't know, 3 days more to this age progress. I'm going to put in 3, set it, and as you can see, it has gone up. Like I said, you're not going to be able to use it to take age away. You can only use it to advance. So the very last thing that we can use this mod for is to complete the different tasks that we have to do for a party. And just like it worked with the other things, I'm simply going to right click on it, and boom, just like that, the task has been completed. So yeah, that is how you use the mod. And we're going to go ahead and jump into how to install the mod. So the first thing that we need to do before downloading a mod or installing any custom content is we need to make sure that we have enabled this to happen in our game settings. So I'm going to come up here to my options menu, and then I'm going to choose game options, and then I'm going to click on other. You want to make sure that you have your script mods allowed and your enable custom content and mods box ticked. These 2 boxes need to be ticked. So if they're not ticked in your game, you need to tick them and apply your changes so that they are saved in there, and we're ready to go ahead and install our mods and custom content. So now that you've enabled your mods and custom content, you're going to come to this web page, and you are going to scroll down to the bottom where we come to this UI Cheats extension. Now, this mod is in a zip file, so you are going to have some kind of unzipping software like WinRAR or WinZip or PZip, and I will link down into the description below where you can get those things for free. So once you have scrolled down, you're simply going to click on the UI Cheats extension, and it's going to download here. I'm going to click on my little arrow, and I'm going to select open. Now that I've got that open, I'm actually going to come down here to my Windows Explorer and I'm going to open that up. I'm going to select Documents, then Electronic Arts, The Sims 4, and then Mods. Now that I've got my mod folder opened up, I'm going to come back over here to my mods, and I am going to highlight both the script file and the package file, just like so. And then I'm simply going to drag these over here to my mods folder, release, boom, just like that. We have installed the mod and we're ready to restart our game. So now that I have restarted my game, this little window that doesn't usually pop up has popped up. And all this window is it's telling you what mods or custom content you have successfully put into the game. As you can see, we've got our UI, cheats extension script, and our extension and our package file rather. So we have obviously successfully installed our mod. I'm going to go ahead and click OK to acknowledge it, and boom, I'm ready to go ahead and start playing my game. It was that simple, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I hope you learned something from watching it as well. Feel free to post any questions or comments down below. If you liked the video, please do be so kind as to hit that thumbs up and give us a like. If you've not already, subscribe to the channel, check out the website, see some of the other cool stuff we got going on out there. And until next time, guys, happy simming, and I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye!